Okay, I'm headed to the Whole Foods here in Highland Village, Texas. They have three 350 kilowatt EVgo DC fast chargers. I am in my 2024 Cadillac LYRIQ, which has 2,773 miles on it. You'll see down there. I have been having DC fast charging issues with this car. When I first got it, for the first close to 2,000 miles, 1,500 miles, it seemed to do okay. I would plug in at 40, 50%, 60% even, and get well over 100 kilowatts, all the way up over 70%. Matter of fact, I have screenshots, even on road trips, charging at a Tesla supercharger at 111, 112 kilowatts at 70+% on the battery. This thing just absolutely ripped and was blowing away and more than doubling the charging speeds of a Model Y that was sitting right beside it at this same Whole Foods. And then all of a sudden, on a road trip back from Tulsa, Oklahoma, my DC fast charging just fell off a cliff. This thing was dropping at, I would pull in at 10%, and by 30% it was dropping below 100 kilowatts, and by 40% below 50. So terrible charging performance, super disappointing. I posted multiple videos. Cadillac reached out and said, hey, bring the car to us. Let us set you up an appointment. Let us fix this. So the tech at Grapevine, Texas, said that the battery, one of the battery management system softwares, a module, an electronic module for the battery, the software was outdated, and he had to, manually update the software to the latest version. He believed that would fix it. Unfortunately, they don't have an ultra fast or super fast DC fast charger. They have maybe a 75 to 100 kilowatt fast charger. He plugged it in, it charged fine within the time as it was supposed to, but it didn't test the peak charging speeds because their charger was not fast enough. So that was only a couple of days ago. I'm going to get to EVgo at 43%. I did precondition the battery. Not only did I select it in the navigation, I went into the energy menu and I turned on fast charging before that, and it says ready to plug in at any time. So it knew that I'm headed to the charger. It's preconditioned for a good 20 plus 30, almost 30 minutes. And now I'm going to get here and plug this thing in and see how it performs. I hope the software update fixed it, although I'm skeptical because they have no way to test it. And I don't know that they fully understand, at least the technician, that my issue wasn't that it wasn't charging at a DC fast charger. My issue was it was charging way slower than it should have. So they did the best they could with the equipment they got. They updated it. Let's see if it fixed it. Is this a hardware issue? I've heard from multiple people that Cadillac has bought back their LYRIQ because of this problem. I'm super concerned because if this is the case, I'll have to get rid of this car. I can't road trip in a vehicle that charges that slowly. Prior to the trip back from Tulsa, on my other road trips, it was a charging beast. I was really impressed. I heard all these people talk about charging problems with LYRIQ, and I was posting super happy with my charging experience. And then all of a sudden, something changed. I didn't do anything different. I've handled the vehicle the way I always have, and all of a sudden, the charging has dropped off a cliff. So, not sure what's going on here with the LYRIQ, but let's see if the experts at Cadillac, Soul Cadillac at Grapevine, Texas, were able to fix it. And if not, I'll be reporting the issue back and getting them the car back. They had the car for a total of 4 days between the day I dropped it and picked it up. But it basically sat there 2 full business days in between the day I dropped and the day I picked it. So I'm sure they went all over it. We'll see what happens here. I'm, again, very skeptical that the issue has been resolved. But let's be cautiously optimistic and hope that the tech knew what he was doing, actually, because he did send me a video. Let's see if this software update fixes my DC fast charging problem. Does Cadillac have the software thing figured out? And if they do, why isn't it just pushed over the air? So, great car, phenomenal vehicle. So far, not a great EV with these recent experiences. Let's see what happens. I'll be back with you. I'm going to be there. It's 2.5 miles, roughly 7 minutes away. Again, arriving with about 43%. Perfect temperature for testing, 68 degrees out. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's mid to late November of 2024. You'll see it's 11:54 a.m. on Saturday, November 16th, the day after the big fight that was on Netflix. So I will be right back with you in just a moment. Okay, I'm about to pull into Whole Foods here in Highland Village, Texas. Now, being at 43%, my past experiences with this LYRIQ, it would jump well over 150 kilowatts very quickly. And it would hold over 100 kilowatts to about 70%. So, I'm going to head over here now. I'm going to plug it in, and I'm just going to kind of sit in the car and watch the charging speeds. And I'll know very quickly if it drops way down that we have a problem. But, yeah, I want to see how this thing does charging at the same charger I've charged at, that I know I can get full power on my other vehicles. And after this software update that Cadillac applied, has it fixed my fast charging issue? Man, I really hope so, because I really enjoy this car. And I would love to keep it and drive it for the next few years. But if I can't fast charge at a decent enough speed to road trip, the car's got to go. I don't have time to sit and wait at a charger for an hour because it's only charging at 50 kilowatts. And honestly, as big as this battery is, it would take 2 hours to fill it up at 50 kilowatts. And that's what I've been seeing lately. So we'll kind of see what happens here. So the chargers are right over here. It's a busy Whole Foods, and we have no one charging currently, so I'm going to pull right into this middle charger, Benjamin. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up to the end charger. And this one is Minuan. All right, putting it in park. Popping open the door, and we're going to get plugged in. You'll see plug and charge will activate right away. This car has 2 years of free DC fast charging with EVgo. Pop in the door, open in the cap. Here we go. Fingers crossed for a good charging experience. Payment is authorized. And we're going to jump in the car and check this out. Yep. Stop chiming. Okay. Straighten the steering wheel out. Charge cord connected, it says. Let me put the energy screen up. And down here, it will show the charging speed. Right there. Sorry about the reflections. Should ramp up here in just a second. And there we go. It just started charging. Now it's saying over here on the charging screen, 20 minutes to 80%, which would indicate fast charging speeds, but we'll see. There we go. First time I've seen it do this. It looks like they may have fixed it. Look at that. Up 180 kilowatts, 178. Wow, great job, Cadillac. You might have fixed my problem with your software update. I will be super impressed. Now remember, I pulled in at a high state of charge. I pulled in at 43%. It's already dropping, which is not abnormal at this high state of charge. And the vehicle's already up to 45%. It's already putting energy in. So let's just see what happens here. Sorry about that glare. We're still over 160 kilowatts been plugged in here. This is already performing way better, Cadillac. So maybe this software update has fixed this DC fast charging issue. At least for this charging session, it's working as I would expect it to. I'm still over 150 kilowatts at 46%. It is tapering down, but it boosted right up to 180 kilowatts, which is what I would expect. So let's go ahead and watch this here, and you can follow along with me. I don't need to fill the car up, but I'm super pleased to see that it's saying 20 minutes remaining. We're already at 47%, and we're still over 140 kilowatts, which is not abnormal. It's not dropped below 100 right away like it did before. It is tapering down pretty quickly though. Let's just see how it does. Sitting at 135. We're at 48%. Overall, I'm optimistic. I mean, you know, it's tapering fast. They need a better charging curve. But we're still over 125 kilowatts, and now we're pushing 50%. Take a look at that. So sitting at 125 at 49%. Let's see what it does when it hits 50. There we go. We're at 50% now. We're over 120 kilowatts at 50%. Not abnormal. Nothing crazy. Before it was dropping, even at 40%, it was pulling less than 50 kilowatts after sitting on a charger. So I'm not seeing the massive drop off like I saw previously. It's tapering quickly, but it's working. So still not super impressive charging performance, but I've only been sitting here a couple of minutes and it's taken in enough energy to get me at 51% charge. And I'm going to sit here and let it charge. I don't need to sit here the whole time. It is free charging, and I want to time it, and I want to see, when it drops below 100, does it drop way down to below 50? So we're going to sit and just follow this along. And I'm going to zoom out just a bit and show you. Over here, we're at 52%. By the way, if somebody else plugs in, this is the EVgo in Highland Village, Texas at Whole Foods. There are 350 kilowatt DC fast chargers. Great parking, great experience. And if somebody else plugs in, this does have dual handles. What it does is split the charge to 175 each. So it wouldn't slow me down if somebody else plugged in. So we're in good shape there. And let's just zoom in. So we're still holding 114 kilowatts steady at 52%, which again, not terrible, not abnormal. I am sitting in the car. I have climate on. That might affect it. I'm going to do something. I'm going to shut climate control off right here and just see if that changes anything. It's, nice temperatures out. It's 71 degrees right now, as you can see up there. And I've seen other cars where when you shut climate off, the charging speed jumps way up. I'm not seeing it jump up, but it's also not tapering down anymore. Could have just leveled off. We're holding steady here at 54% state of charge. Or just dropped down 1 kilowatt. I'm going to turn climate back on and let's see what happens. And you can probably hear climate spooling back up. Didn't immediately affect it either way. So I don't think the climate control is an issue. I'm wondering, in previous charging attempts, I've gotten out, shut the car off, going into Whole Foods, whatever, come back out. I'm wondering if turning the car on or off has anything to do with the speed dropping. I'll do more testing in the future. For now, I'm just pleased that it's holding over 100 kilowatts, even at 56%. So It's not just dropping off a cliff like it has before. So I'm going to sit here just a couple of more minutes. I want to see what happens when I hit 60% state of charge. That's another taper point. Right now we're at 57%, still holding 110 kilowatts. Programming in my next destination after this, but 109 kilowatts at 58%. I mean, this thing's holding steady. It hasn't done this for weeks, so yeah, that software update did something. And this is at least tolerable. You know, if you pull in and it tells me I've got a 20-minute stop, I pulled in at 43%. I've been here less than 10 minutes. I'm already up to 60%. That's pretty darn good. Like, that's livable, because most of my stops, it takes me 15 or 20 minutes till I use the facilities, grab a refreshment, check my email, make a phone call, whatever. If I pull in at a low state of charge and in 20 minutes I can get, 40 or 50% on the battery, I'm happy with that. That works. So it's working. It's still holding at 110 kilowatts, and it's holding steady. And I am at 60%, by the way, and it's not tapered way down. So Cadillac, I'm going to tell you, great job. It looks like this DC fast charging thing is fixed for now. I'm hopeful it stays. I will road trip this thing here in the near future and check it out and see what happens. But for today, at least, I think you've addressed my biggest concern, which was it was not charging fast at all. So yeah, I'm at 61%, 109 kilowatts. Pretty darn good. I mean, I can tell you the Model Y wouldn't be charging that quickly right now. You can see the battery percentage right there, but it doesn't clearly indicate. There's no numerical marker. But I'll tell you, I'm at 62%. It's still holding at 109. It's been holding steady here. So we're going to go ahead and wait and get to 70% and see what happens. Shouldn't take but just a few more minutes. It's telling me 15 minutes left of charging time. So that means it's between 10 and 15 minutes. Car's doing pretty good. I have added 20% energy in about 10 minutes, which I'm okay with. Down here, you'll see the estimated miles on the battery at 62%. It's saying 192 miles. And you'll see that climbing as we continue the charge session. While I'm watching this, I am going to go in on the Cadillac, and I'm going to go under settings, and I'm going to check for any updates, and I'm going to look at updates in history. And I'm going to click check for updates and let it check. We're still holding at 108 kilowatts. Just dropped to 107, but keep in mind 197 miles of range there. Okay, it's saying there are no software updates. It's checked them. All of them are there and complete. We're at 65% at 105 kilowatts. Now we're going to go into settings and we're going to go under updates. Actually, I'm going to go back. I think it's under Google, maybe? No. Let's see. I want to check. There we go. Play Store. And click the icon. Nope, not that. Click the, there we go. My apps, checking for updates. Okay. One update recently on Spotify 3 days ago. Everything else shows updated. Let's go back. And we're going to X that out. We're going to go back to the charging screen. We're at 66%, 104 kilowatts. I'm at 67%, 103. I just want to see what happens when this car hits 70. I'll stay till 70 or 71%. And let it keep ripping. It's telling me 10 minutes left. I've been here a little over 10 minutes, so that means it's between 5 and 10 minutes left. It's staying true to the 20-minute estimate to fill from 43% to 80%. Again, that's not bad charging, guys. If that sticks and the vehicle remains that successful, we'll be very pleased with that charging performance. Here we are at 101 kilowatts at 68%. Okay, we are sitting at still 68%. You'll notice I've got 211 miles of range in the battery, now 212. Still charging successfully. Here's a Chrysler Pacifica hybrid, and you'll see the plug-in port right here on the front of the vehicle. Those are nice vehicles. I've seen those used for not Waze, not Uber, the fully autonomous vehicles. I rode in one in Phoenix, and it was a Chrysler Pacifica minivan, and it drove me around fully autonomous. I'm trying to remember the company name. It'll come to me. Competitor Uber. I think it might be backed by GM. So we're at 99 kilowatts at 70%. I couldn't be happier. That's fantastic charging performance. If I'm sitting around 100 kilowatts at 70% plus on the battery, that's doing as good a better job than the Rivian, way better than my Tesla. It's pushing energy into the pack pretty quickly. That's good charging performance. I wish this thing would peak up to 250 instead of 180, 190. But if it holds this good of a charging curve, you can't complain about this. This is outstanding. So again, I'm going to tell Cadillac, good job. I was super skeptical. I didn't think you resolved it. But you have, for now at least, resolved my charging concerns. And I've got a good charging curve now with LYRIQ. So magically, you have fixed the LYRIQ's charging curve. Please figure out the over-the-air software update thing. Keep these vehicles updated so customers don't have to bring them in and have a technician upload software manually. But whatever you did, fixed it for now. I'm going to road trip this vehicle. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to find out if this maintains. And if it doesn't, I'll be reaching out, Cadillac. But so far, guys, you've addressed it, at least for this one charging session, for this day. It's working great. I hope it maintains, because it charged like this originally for the first close to 2,000 miles on the car, and then it just dropped off and was terrible. So, and not livable. But for now, it's working. We're at 72%. Still pulling 96 kilowatts of charging. So I just want to see when it gets below 90. Now I'm curious, this is a great charging curve. So we're still at 96 kilowatts at 72%. It's telling me 10 minutes remaining, but I mean, we've already gone from 43% to 72% in roughly 15 minutes. That's 30% on the battery pretty quickly. I don't know, what do y'all think? Maybe I should just sit here and let it finish to 80% and see how quickly it does its job. So we're at 95 kilowatts at 74%. A Chevy Bolt pulled in over there beside me. We've got another EV down at the end station. So we've got two EVs going, and all three DC fast chargers are being used. I think the one on the end is a Volkswagen ID4. Now another car just pulled in beside the Volkswagen, so now you've got 4 cars on 3 stations. So this stop went from nobody here to 4 cars here in a matter of the last 15 minutes. I'm at 74% still at 94 kilowatts. So 75%, it just ticked up. Now it's telling me 10 minutes to go from 75% to 80%. You would think that would change. We're still pulling 93 kilowatts. Guys, this charging curve, at least for this session, is correct. It's doing what it should be doing. Looks like we just had a Hummer EV pull in behind me. Doesn't look like they're charging. I'll show you on the rear view mirror. $92 kilowatts at 76%. Still saying 10 minutes. Doesn't make sense on the time. If it's still charging this fast, it should only take a few more minutes. I've been here between 15 and 20 minutes now. Now another car just pulled in. It looks like a gas car, but it's not. It's an Audi e-tron. And they're getting ready to plug in. So we've got 5 cars amongst 3 stations. I'm at 77%, pulling 91 kilowatts. And here's the cool thing. This is absolutely free. This was included with the vehicle. 2 years of free EVgo charging, which I'm enjoying. So thank you for that, GM Energy, EVgo, and Cadillac. Appreciate that. Still at 91 kilowatts at 77% on the battery. Way better than my Tesla Model Y. So incredible charging performance in the high state of charge near the top of the pack. This is inaccurate. It's showing 10 minutes remaining at 78%. We're still pulling 91 kilowatts. It should only take just a few more minutes. If I recall, this car has a little over 100 kilowatt hours in the battery pack. And so if you're charging at 91 kilowatt hours, it's a little over a minute per kilowatt hour. So I would think we would be done charging here in the next 3 or so minutes. Let's see what happens. You'll see my range up to 243 miles. $90 kilowatts at 79%. Outstanding, Cadillac. That's a great charging curve. This still doesn't make sense. It says ready in 10 minutes. My guesstimate here, another minute and a half or so, it should shut off. So it's 12:23 right now. 71 degrees out. Perfect weather for this charging. Very pleased with this charging session. This is better than I've seen it since well, for weeks. Just hit 80% at 90 kilowatts. It's still pulling. Should stop charging here any second. Still showing 10 minutes on there, but it took almost exactly 20 minutes to go from 43% to 80%. So really good charging. Look at that. It just popped up to 91 kilowatts. And there it is. It's done. Charge complete. 115 miles range gain. Current range 248. I'm at 80%. I'm going to go ahead and unplug. And I want to say thank you, Cadillac. Thank you, EVgo. Great job, everyone. Have a good day. Please like, subscribe. Shoot me comments if you have any questions or concerns or want to discuss. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.